What's up, everybody? Optimus Prime, aka Optimus Prime, here with another Transformers third-party review. And here today, this is something that I bought from titanonetoys. titanonetoys is freaking awesome. Go ahead and check them out. Look them up. Say, hey, yo. Tell them that Optimus Prime sent you. Figure we're going to be reviewing today is the Magic Square Transporter. This is, it's clearly not Ultra Magnus, but some might say that maybe it is. That would be some sort of crazy, IP violation or whatnot. So, it's not Ultra Magnus, it's Transporter. But yeah, he is basically Magic Square's take on Ultra Magnus. And this figure is fantastic. I'm just going to come straight out and say it. I actually like him better than the Masterpiece figure, than the Masterpiece, Takara figure. Like, this figure is very, very nice. Like, don't get me wrong, I enjoy that Ultra Magnus figure. It's got great engineering and I love playing with it and whatnot. It's just fun to play with, but it's like just super, super chunky to the point where it's like difficult to really kind of pose him, because just his arms and legs are just so like chunky huge that, like, I don't know, posing him is awkward. But like, this guy is like pretty damn sleek. He's pretty damn thin. He looks real close to his animation model in terms of his proportions and whatnot, and it's fantastic. I love it a whole lot. But yeah, he looks great. A little bit of truck mode from the back, but we can forgive that, especially for some of the things we get. It's really interesting actually looking at this. I want to bring this up for just a second, and I'll touch on this greater when I'm in the alt mode. But the truck mode looks super, super, super like detailed, like the Masterpiece Ultra Magnus, but like the rest of him is like super like smooth, like an animation model. It's kind of a fun little dichotomy between those two concepts. But anyhow, he's a really nice figure. I like him. In terms of accessory, he comes with his gun here. A little flip out handle. Sits in his hand, either hand actually. Sits in his hand just fine. You can, hold it and shoot it with it. Not really shoot, of course. A little bit of paint apps on it, black, and on the other side as well. It's suitably large, I think, and suitably. It gets the job done. It does not anything that it's not supposed to do. It doesn't do anything extra. These missiles, technically accessories, are actually really more. I don't know. They're part of the alt mode. They're part of the robot mode. They feel a little loose on these pegs. It's nothing that you can't fix with like a little bit of, like furniture polish or whatnot. It's not really a problem though. I'm not bothered by it personally. Other accessory he comes with is this little tiny matrix of leadership. And it's, it's just what you'd expect, really. It doesn't do anything special, but it doesn't do anything wrong either. It doesn't like open or anything, like it's all one piece. Some silver paint app around here. I've got this thing where a little spot of white shows through there, and on the other side got a little spot here. This one looks like it may have rubbed off while I was playing with it, but this one, like, it's white all the way into the line between these little joints, so I'm sure that came like that. I don't know what the deal is, but I'm not bothered by it either. The white and the silver, I actually did not notice it. I've had this figure for like almost a week, and I didn't even notice this until today. So, silver paint apps, goldish brown and blue, just simple all across. It does not fit in the chest or anything like that. We're going any other figure. This is just a fun little thing to keep around, I guess. But let me do a quick size comparison, actually, because with my Legends scale figures, I've been enjoying the size, and And the scale, I think, has been really good lately. So here he is with Optimus Prime. And the thing that I want to point out first is that this is Optimus Prime, and this is roughly the size and shape of his truck mode, of his alternate truck. And there's like the size and shape of that one, and they are completely different. Like this guy, in terms of alt mode, the scale of this is a lot bigger. That being said, in terms of robot mode, I think the scale is just about perfect. Maybe Ultra Magnus could stand to be a little bit taller, but I'm not going to complain about it. It's certainly not when it's a figure that's this nice. We'll throw in the New Age Flipper and the Magic Square. Dune Buggy, I think they called them, just to show some, a couple mini bots and a regular guy. I think that's just the scale. I think they've been hitting it, and this is definitely in the classification of what I would call, like what I've colloquially been calling these days, as a legend scale masterpiece figure, and I really feel that way about this. Just a lot of things in this that I really like. And getting into Poseability, his head is on a it's on a swivel here, and it'll go all the way around. The plastic here is a little bit soft, and these antennae will tend to bend more than they'll break or crack or whatnot. But I would still be really careful about that and not put too much stress on it. There's also a hinge joint here. This is a transformation hinge joint, but that makes his head go back and forth. So you can get some good range of posability out of him. He is light piped on the eyes. It's not like astounding. It's really not astounding. It's subtle enough that if you put him in the right lighting situation, you'll notice it, but generally you won't. But because this is such a small figure, you don't really see. It doesn't look super dark. Like it's a well enough shaded piece of blue plastic that his eyes just look blue. They don't look dark. They just look blue. So that's that. His shoulder will go all the way around like so. He's got a hinge right here. It will go out. Because of the structure of his torso, it will not go out when it's when his arm is facing up, just because he's got this huge pillar on his shoulder. So a little bummer about that, but you got to work with the design limitations of somebody drew him with big old shoulder pillars, so you have to work with that. And unfortunately, it's a difficult thing to work with. He's got a bicep joint right here. Works just fine. He's got a single joint at the elbow, bends 90 degrees. His hand will actually rotate. It's kind of locked into this little blue shoulder or blue part here. It doesn't do anything. But if you pull it out, and it is just on this little peg, you can pull it out and rotate it around. So you can put it at any of these cardinal 90 degree rotations and push it back in and it'll stay locked in, or you can pull it out a bit more and have it for like an in-between pose or whatnot. It won't go in all the way in this position here because it won't fit past that sleeve, but it's also, I feel, a minor setback. I don't think it's really big. I do like that he's got a waist joint here, really nice dedicated waist joint, and a bicep or an ab crunch. Now his ab crunch does do double duty as a transformation joint, so I guess part of me is like, oh man, they gave him a bicep or an ab swivel. Jeez, if I could freaking get my words out today. They gave him a bicep. I said it again, bicep. Ab crunch, ab crunch, ab crunch. Give him an ab crunch. But I think this may be intended to be a transformation joint, but it works perfectly well as an ab crunch. legs will move forward that much, backwards that much, outward that much. We're getting maybe like, gosh, 50% of a Van Damme. Knee joint will bend ever so slightly more than 90 degrees, but that's all right. You get a real deep ankle pivot on ankle tilt on that. Ankle tilt, so you know it's a quality figure. No toe action, forward or back motion on that. I kind of wish that maybe they had put that in there. I think that would make this figure basically perfect. But I don't know. I'm not complaining too much. It's already a fantastic figure. But just looks really good. Just poses and stands and like does all the things. I like this. Magic Square, may they stand forever. Like, I will just come right out and say it. Like, Magic Square has been hitting it out of the park. Every single figure they've released so far has been astounding. And they've got, and I mean, granted, all they've come out with so far has been these Legend scale figures. I know they've got that Masterpiece scale Optimus Prime. And it's like, it looks good. And I'm kind of interested in that. But at the same time, like, guys, you are already killing it with the Legend scale figures. Like they can go down in history as like the ultimate Legend scale toy manufacturer for all time. You know, like I mean, why spend time focusing on the Masterpiece scale when they're already perfectly doing Legends so well? Like, I don't know. I want more of these. And it's also a nice thing. Magic Square just popped up out of nowhere like 6 months ago. And we've had, let's see. No, this is numbered as B04. But we've had about 5 or 6 releases from them already in that time. And they've only started putting out figures just like 2 months ago. You know, they were in prototype for the first few months. And they've already gotten like several figures out, and they're showing no signs of stopping. And it's like, dude, guys, you know, just keep going. Just keep going forever. I want everything. Just bring out to me all the Legends. They're the best. These are the best Legends I've played with. All right, gushing over. To get him transformed up, we're going to take his gun off, and we're going to take his missiles off. We're going to start by straightening him out a bit. And we're going to unpeg his arms from here. And that's going to kind of free all this up from here. We're going to pull this out like so. This is going to come up either by pushing on the bottom or pulling from the top. Let's push from the bottom. How about that? Pull this up like so. His antenna are gonna complain a little bit when they go past this joint. And I don't know any way to make them not bend a bit. I don't like having to bend them. I would prefer to not bend them. But I don't see any other way around it. Oh gosh, I don't like that. No, still goes. I don't know. Gonna have to bend him a little bit. Get him past that. Now we've got this all past there. His head is just gonna kind of chill out down here. Nice big open space. All right. Now focusing on the arms, we're gonna take these. There's a swivel right here. We're gonna swivel that around like so. We're going to take this part here, we're going to pull up on it just a little bit and then bend it over this way. Again, with the other side, pull up, bend it over this way, and then we're going to yank on his arm and it's going to disconnect and slide out from here. Yank, disconnect, slide out. we're going to take this and we're going to pull on this to slide this over his hand. And that is basically it for the arms. Like, all that's left now is to put him in the right position, which is going to be something kind of like this. But we're not going to really get that in position until we get the legs done. So, well, let's get the cab finished up real quick. So this is going to kind of go in here. You're going to pull out these tires. You're going to push down on this panel right here to bring his smokestacks up. And that's the cab. Is done. For the legs, what you're going to do is we're going to take this little collection of panels right here. We're going to pull on it like so. And then with that out, then we're going to pull on the leg like so. Okie dokie. This part's going to rotate around. And then it's going to unfold like so. And this tab is going to fit into that slot right there. And bam. Do the same with the other one. Pull this panel up, pull this panel out, rotate this all the way around, unfold, unfold. We're going to take this. This is going to bend down on this. This ab crunch is actually a double joint in here. We're going to bend it down. And now we're just going to start to fit everything together. There's going to be a peg and a slot and a peg and a slot. We're going to put the pegs into the slots. Put those pegs into those slots. We're going to take these arms, we're going to stick them together like so. They do not peg together. These little pegs will fit into slots on the inside of the leg. You can see that right there. So we'll peg into there. And then we'll peg into there. You've got these little tabs will align into little alcoves or slots or little openings right here. His missiles, you'll see that there's a little thing sticking out and there's a notch in that. We'll just put that little tab in the notch. That'll put them out front like that. If you really want to, you can put them here on the sides. I know that sometimes they're shown like this and sometimes they're shown the other way. It's going to be a matter of personal preference. I kind of like putting them on the sides like that, to be honest. And then this gun here, you'll see that there's these two slots right here. There's a couple tabs that were on the top of these pillars. These are going to go into that. And donk. That's going to help kind of keep the arms all together up front. And there he is in his alternate mode. Oh, wait, one last thing. This is going to come down. See how right now the bottom of the foot is flush? You're going to take this, pull it down, rotate it around, push it back up, and now the wheels are extended. How fun is that? I saw that and I was like, dude, that's super cool. That's a super little fun, but like effective. It's a simple but effective piece of engineering. And that's my favorite kind of engineering, the simple but effective kind. Let's take real quick, throw this guy into his robot mode or his vehicle mode just because I want to throw a vehicle on this. we go. Alrighty. So unfortunately, this little panel does not fold down. I don't think, I mean, I think that would have been easy enough to do that they really should have done it, to be perfectly honest. But that being said, I'm not like fantastically like grieving the loss of that panel. You can take a guy, stick him on top. It's not like the nicest fit of all time. I don't actually have one. I don't know if this Bumblebee will fit on the inside. I think he's a little too tall in his robot in his vehicle mode. I'm not even gonna worry about it right now. I think he's a little too tall in his vehicle mode to fit inside there. I was thinking maybe this guy would be short enough to fit in there. Maybe if I fold back his roll bar. No. But I mean, I know that, I don't know, you can balance the car on top. I don't recall him ever carrying cars around in the show. I don't know that that was actually a thing. Whoa! I just looked at my camera and realized that it's drunk. One of my tripod legs is getting loose, and so it tends to lean, which is a little frustrating. I'm really sorry about that, guys. You have to spend a lot of time like focusing from like the screen to like the toy and the screen and the toy, and it's really hard to keep everything focused all at the same time. And I apologize. It's a challenge that happens with everyone who reviews toys, I know, and some people do it better than me, and that's why they make the big bucks. But I don't know. He's got a good alt mode. He's got a great robot mode. He looks fantastic. He plays fantastic. Like this toy, I'm not going to say that it's perfect because there's things that I think that I would change if I designed it, or at least I would at least try to put in. But it is a great toy. I enjoy it an awful lot. And again, just look at that. This is, by the way, the only piece of chrome on him is this grill and bumper. It's there to good effect. I like that. But like he's not like blinged out either with like a whole bunch of chrome. And I like the subtlety of that. Again, I do think it's kind of fun how like his cab is so like masterpiece looking, whereas like the rest of him is very G1 cartoon looking. I don't know. It's just kind of a fun little dichotomy. But I like this toy. I like this toy a lot. This is gonna go on my Legends shelf. I need to get everything by Magic Square. I need to get that Huffer. I need to get that Sideswipe. I need to get that Red Alert. I don't usually buy repaints, but I'm gonna buy all the repaints from Magic Square. Magic Square can have all my money. They can make toys till the end of time. I'm just like I hate to just like arbitrarily blanket and be like, okay, I'm just gonna thumbs up everything from Magic Square from the future and everything. But like, given their track record, I would not be surprised if everything they come out with is fantastic as well. Looking forward to their combiner that they're coming out with. Looking forward to just I want them to do a Leo Kaiser. That's my Legends pipe dream right now. It's a Legends scale Leo Kaiser. Do it, guys. Do it. Anyhow, everybody, thank you so much for watching. I know that I kind of became long-winded on this, but it's just have been gushing over this figure for so long. It's just a fantastic figure. But thank you for ranting. I probably need to go get a towel. And I will talk to you guys later. Have a fantastic day, and I'll catch you on the flip side. See ya. Bye.